Hello everyone, I am getting ready to make some pumpkin puree. This is a regular carving pumpkin. This is a pumpkin pie pumpkin. You can make pumpkin puree out of a regular pumpkin. It doesn't have to be a pumpkin pie. This one is a little sweeter meat-wise, but this works just as well. Once you add like whatever you're baking, you add your pumpkin pie spice, your nutmeg, your cinnamon, you're not gonna be able to tell a difference. Might be a little more stringy, but you cook it long enough, you puree it long enough, it's just as good. Honestly, a lot of the canned pumpkin that you get at the grocery store is made out of just regular pumpkins, not pumpkin pie pumpkins. So don't think just because you carve it as a, it's a carvable pumpkin. It's still edible. It's still a very good edible pumpkin. So first things first, cut off the top, take out the seeds, cut it in half, and then since it's not a huge pumpkin, I'll bake it in halves, and then I bake it in the oven at 350 for about 40-45 minutes. So I just scrape the inside of the pumpkin with a spoon, get the stringy stuff off, and then I keep the seeds, of course. I will clean those a little bit better. I'll rinse them off really good, sprout them out to air dry for a couple of hours, and then after these are done baking, put a little olive oil, a bunch of salt, toss it in the oven at 350 for 20 minutes. You can, if you have specialty seasoning salt, different kind of flavors, you can flavor it. My husband just likes the classic salt. A lot of people post great ideas about like Cajun seasoning, all kinds of different seasonings. I've mentioned that to my husband. He's like, nope, he just wants some salted. So yeah, I never waste pumpkin seeds. And this is for pumpkin puree. It's not a savory dish, so I'm not seasoning it at all. I'm not, a lot of people, when you see them bake pumpkins, they like rub olive oil on the outside and stuff. Nope, leave it plain, leave it just like this. It's gonna go upside down like this. I gotta get the rest of this price tag sticker off. Just like this on top of a baking dish, 45 minutes. So I have them just on my baking dish. If you want an easy cleanup, put parchment paper underneath because the liquid will come out and get on the tray. I will wash them. I don't feel like wasting parchment paper. So yeah, pumpkin has a lot of moisture in it. So some water will leak out. And then once I make the puree and you let it sit for a little bit, it will also have water on the top. And then I will just drain that water out. So you see, this is the liquid I was talking about. And then I just put my fork in. See how easy it goes in? Perfect. So now I'm gonna let it cool for about 10 minutes. Not completely cold, just so it's not gonna burn me. And then this should be able to peel off. We don't want the skin. Get rid of the skin and get the pumpkin puree, the pumpkin underneath. But I'll wait till it's not like burning hot. So here is the cooked pumpkin. So now I can puree it. I can either puree it in my blender or use my hand blender. That's why I put it in the glass bowl. So if I wanted to use my emulsion blender, or you can just use an old-fashioned potato masher and mash it that way. I think I'm just going to do it that way because the reason I made this puree is tomorrow I'm going to make pumpkin butter in the crock pot. It's just going to be sitting cooking for a while. And I can always, if I don't think it's like blended enough when it's in the crock pot after cooking for a couple hours, I can always take my immersion blender and blend it a little more. But this is like cooked down enough that my masher will be just fine. I'm just saying I don't really find it necessary to puree it at the moment because it's going to be cooking in the crock pot for like 5 hours. I've never made pumpkin butter before, so this is what this video is going to be about. I can't remember if I mentioned it in the beginning, but yeah, pumpkin butter out of fresh pumpkin. And it's just gonna be like, I'm not like canning it for like shelf stable. I'm just making pumpkin butter for the fridge for the next couple weeks. And of course it's probably gonna make like several jars, and I'll just give a jar to my sister and a couple friends. It's been a while since I've read about pumpkin butter, but it's one of those things like you can't water bath can it. You would have to what's my other pressure canner? You'd have to pressure can it. And I just don't really feel like doing that right now because I've never made pumpkin butter before. I don't even know if I'm gonna like it. So we're gonna try it in the crock pot first. And if it's something we really like, then maybe next year I'll add it to items that I will make shelf stable in the pressure canner. But for right now, just gonna try it out. I've seen videos on it. I'm pretty sure I've tasted it, like maybe family members having it, but personally I've never made it myself. So I'm gonna do that tomorrow. It's too late right now because it's gonna be like 5 hours and it's like 10 o'clock at night. So let this cool down, push it or take it with a potato masher and then stick it in the fridge overnight. And then tomorrow, pumpkin butter. Since this pumpkin puree is very watery, I put it in the strainer and then I have this bowl underneath and I'm going to put it in the fridge like this overnight. As you can see, there's already water in the bottom. And this is just potato masher. Look how smooth it is. And you know how I mentioned how a regular carving pumpkin is a little more stringy than, say, a pumpkin pie pumpkin? This is what I mean. Just like, it's just stringy like that. But again, if you put it in the blender, it's going to be smooth. And I think that's why it's a little more watery, because it's a bigger carving pumpkin and not the pumpkin pie pumpkin. I don't remember my pumpkin pie pumpkins being this watery, so I think it's just because it's the bigger pumpkin. It still tastes delicious. Well, I mean, pumpkin. I personally like pumpkin. My husband doesn't. So when I say delicious, a lot of people are like, what are you talking about? It's pumpkin. Is it like chocolate? No. But it's good. If you like pumpkin, it's good. It tastes great. I always say taste test your pumpkins because no two pumpkins taste alike. Just, you know, through the years when there's like cross-pollination and just the way things grow, you can get a pumpkin that's not as sweet as, say, as a different pumpkin. I've had pumpkin before that tasted terrible. It tasted like a melon, like not a pumpkin at all. So definitely always taste test when you're making your own puree, taste test it before you go through all the effort. And I did. It tastes great. Here are the pumpkin seeds I got from yesterday's pumpkin. It's actually a lot. So I washed them, dried them out. Now I'm going to put about a tablespoon of olive oil on it and sprinkle with salt, mix it up, put it on the baking sheet, and bake it 20 minutes at 350. This is the pumpkin puree from yesterday. I did empty some water before I went to bed. And this is a little more water that drained overnight. Not too bad. So I'm going to do a separate video making the pumpkin butter. For pumpkin puree, what I don't use, I will freeze in 1 cup portion sizes. Most pumpkin recipes, it's 1 cup or 2 cups. A can of pumpkin puree at the grocery store is a little less than 2 cups, and that's what most recipes call for. You cannot water bath can pumpkin puree. It's too dense. It does not meet food safety guidelines. So I always freeze my pumpkin puree. I think you can maybe pressure can it, but I'm not an expert on pressure canning. My husband bought me a pressure canner 2 years ago. I'm pretty much only pressure canned like turkey stock. So I'm not familiar with pumpkin puree. I'm sure you can pressure can it because you buy it from the grocery store, but it's easier to freeze for me. It doesn't take up much space when you portion it out in 1 cup to 2 cup sizes. So what I don't use, I will freeze. Here are the pumpkin seeds roasted. They're nice golden brown. I like to eat them when they're still warm, but that's a lot. So I will snack on them when they're cold too. They're delicious either way. It kind of reminds me of popcorn a little. If you're like, what does it taste like? To me, it's kind of like popcorn. It's delicious.